Hi everyone, my name is Gema. Welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. I have been MIA for a couple months. One of the main reasons that I didn't really feel comfortable posting videos, making videos, or like posting pictures of myself or anything like that had to do with my biggest insecurity, which was my breasts. So recently, as you can see from the title, I got a breast reduction. August 18th, 2020 was when I got my surgery. So in this video, I'm just gonna tell you all about my journey and answer a few questions that people have asked me on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, here's my Insta. Growing up, I was very self-conscious about my breast size. I started feeling insecure about my own body because I felt like I had really small boobs, which is normal for a 6th grade girl to, to have. Like, I don't know why I was so worried about it, but I think it was that we were at that age where that was happening to us. It was really weird for me to look back on that picture because I was like, wow, like I really asked for this life. Like I played myself. Towards the end of 6th grade, I was still an A cup. Beginning of 7th grade, I remember I was a B cup and everything was fine. I was like, oh, cool. And then towards the end of 7th grade, I was a C. And then 8th grade, I was a C. And then I started becoming a D towards the end of 8th grade. Throughout high school, I was a double D. And then somewhere along the way, I became like a G. But I think that might have been after high school. So I thought I was a double D. Somewhere I was like, oh, maybe I'm a triple D. I don't know. Like, I stopped measuring. I stopped giving that much attention to like that part of me. So I would just wear whatever bra I had in hand. Nothing ever really fit me. And it was really embarrassing. Like, I know for sure at one point after high school, after I graduated, I decided to go to Dillard's to get a bra. And the lady said I was a G, which I think it's kind of like similar to a triple D, but bigger, obviously. So that's when I found out like my actual cup size. I was a 34G. So I bought this bra. I bought this grandma bra. But I loved this bra because this bra had absolutely no padding. As you can see, it's like lace. Like, my boobs didn't look bigger because of the additional padding. However, my nipples would show a lot through any clothes that I would wear. So I had to like put the padding that came in like bathing suits. I took it out of my bathing suit and that's what I would wear in here. It wasn't that much padding, so it was perfect, and it would cover my nipples because I was really embarrassed. This was a 34G. So that's pretty much the story of my cup size growing up. Now, another part of my story is my self-esteem. I developed really fast. All the attention I ever got was because of my breasts. It was always, wow, Gema, you have really big boobs. And they would give me nicknames, Chichona, which with certain people I didn't mind, like people that were close to me. I didn't care, but it was sometimes like so much that I was just kind of like really self-conscious about it. But there was nothing I could do except like play along, I was just kind of like, yeah, that's my life. I get a lot of attention that I didn't want. It was always people mentioning how big they were, how big they looked. Like, in my head I was always like, yes, I know they're big. Like, do you not think that I see them every day? And it was just really uncomfortable for me to get all of that attention. Like, I think that was the beginning of the issues I have now with like feeling like I'm not enough. I don't know how that makes sense. Let me call my therapist really quick. But it was just like, that was who I was, and that was the only thing people cared about, and I felt that was one of the only reasons boys talked to me. And I felt like that was the only thing about me that made me interesting, kind of, because that was literally the only thing that people cared to talk about, like about me. It also always made me feel really ugly because I was never the type of girl that boys wanted to get to know. But I knew the attention that I got was always because of how slutty I looked. And I say that because if you hear the shower, Diego showering, because big boobs are always associated with, I don't want to use this term because it's not okay, it's not right, but back in the mentality of high schoolers, it was like slutty. I was a slut, I was a whore. I don't know, that's how I always felt. I always felt over-sexualized, there we go. And it wasn't okay. I was 14, 15, and it wasn't my fault that my boobs were so big. It was just kind of like genetics, it just happened to me. So that was a big thing. Another thing was my clothes, nothing fit. And like I said, everybody would notice how big my breasts were because of my clothes. Everybody felt the need to comment how big my breasts looked. Everybody felt the need to remind me that my breasts were big. I could wear a tank top, and because of the amount of cleavage I had, suddenly I was trying to be sexy. Wear a dress or anything, like you can imagine, like anything that I wore would bring a lot of attention to my body, which made like that. I didn't want that. I just wanted to wear shirts like this that just looked like a shirt, and I felt fine. You know what I mean? I hated all of it. I never found clothes to wear. Whenever I did, it was kind of weird. There were several times that I tried to embrace my body. I said, well, this is what I have and let me flaunt it really quick. But I always felt really uncomfortable about it. For example, on Instagram, if I posted a picture like that, I got a lot of attention. And obviously I was gonna fucking get attention. And I knew I was gonna get attention. I hated the way any shirt looked. And like, I was bigger than an extra large in my breast area, like nothing large, like as far as bras. And when it came to shirts, large would be fine up here. On my torso, I was always a medium. I know this now because of like the shirts that fit me now. So nothing ever fit me right. My boobs were so far out that all the shirts would just fall flat, which made me look fat. And then I got a lot of stares from grown-ass men that I didn't want. I got a lot of stares from women, and they were always like judging me. Yeah, as far as clothes, I could never find anything that fit right. I could never find anything that made me feel comfortable. I hated shopping because there was a lot of clothes that I really wanted and I really wish I could fit in, and I just couldn't, and that would make me really sad. And I didn't want to go shopping. And there was a lot of clothes that I really wanted to wear. My back problems, I had a lot of back issues. My posture sucks. I have a little like hunchback right here that I absolutely hate, and I'm very self-conscious about, and it has a lot to do with my posture. Well, all of it all has to do with my posture, and that's because my breasts were so big that if I sat up straight like this, one, my boobs would look extra big, because you can imagine, like I would walk like this, I would sit like this, I would try and live my life like this so that I could hide, so that they wouldn't look as big. And if I try to fix my posture, well, obviously your chest area pops out, and my boobs would pop out, and that would make them look even bigger, and I hated that. So I lived my life with this posture. And then two, my back really hurt. Like I was carrying so much weight over here that if I tried to sit up straight all the time, my back started hurting like a bitch. Anything that I did, clean, ran, anything would make my back hurt a lot. If I sat for too long, my back hurt. If I stood for too long, my back hurt. If I laid down too long, my back hurt. Luckily, I wasn't at that point where I would get rashes at the like underneath my breasts, but I would get really sweaty. Like if I wasn't wearing a bra, I was so sweaty. It was disgusting. Like so sweaty that literally like little tiny beads of sweat would fall down to my stomach because of how sweaty they would get in the summer. So that sucked. My shoulders, I think I never really noticed a lot, but I mean, I guess you can see the dent right there. And this is the first time I'm really noticing, but that's the dent from the bras that I would wear. They were just really heavy. So ever since I was in high school, I knew I wanted a breast reduction. I hated the way I looked. I hated the attention it brought. I didn't want any of it. I didn't care for any of it. I was very uncomfortable. And so I think last year, 2019, around the beginning of the year when I graduated from my bachelor's degree, I got a job, and I was like, you know what, like I should probably look into getting a breast reduction. And that was the first time I thought about, that wasn't the first time I thought about it, but that's the first time I actively thought about seeking the help and the resources that I needed. And then I had to get my appendix removed, and it was expensive. And so after that surgery, everything just kind of went down the drain. I was like, I can't afford a breast reduction, because I was working as a teaching assistant in my graduate program. So I wasn't making a lot of money. Basically, I was just not making enough money to where I could afford my breast reduction. So I was like, you know what? And I just kind of forgot about it. I was like, at some point I'll get it. I didn't know when. And so it wasn't until this year that I was watching Lauren Giraldo. I don't even know how to pronounce her name. How embarrassing. Fake fan. If you don't know who she is, a picture of her. I don't know, I think I was doing homework and I suddenly came across her video about a breast reduction, and it was a breast reduction Q&A. All the things that she was feeling, I resonated with. I think all of us who have big breasts, we all have similar issues, similar insecurities, whatever, right? So she was just talking about it, and it just kind of like brought the idea back. I was like, oh shit, like I really want my breast reduction. I have a good job now. I think I can afford my breast reduction. I started looking into it in June of this year. I started by researching surgeons here in El Paso, and I was looking through all their pictures, all the before and afters, trying to see which one I liked best, what work I liked best. For no reason specifically, my main priority was the shape of the nipples that they would leave their afters. I don't know why. Nothing told me to look into that, but to me I was like, well, I think it would be good to pick somebody who I know could leave me a good nipple shape. And a lot of them were a little wonky until I found a surgeon. His name is Dr. Jaber. He's in El Paso Cosmetic Surgery. I don't know what it's called. My consultation was on June 17th. I actually have some footage of that day, so I'll include that now. Hi everyone, I'm here with Diego. If it's loud, it's because one, his car is loud, and two, we're on the freeway. We're on our way to see a plastic surgeon because I want to get my breasts reduced. I want to get my breast reduction. I've been dreaming of this ever since I started developing bigger breasts than everyone else. I hope you can hear me. I'm trying to scream to you. I'm not nervous at all. I'm just so excited, and I want to get it done as soon as possible. I'm gonna walk in there and I'm gonna be like, can we do this today? I don't remember what I talked about in that footage. I haven't watched it. You just did, but I haven't. I don't even think I filmed after because of how anxious and stressed I got. In that consultation, we talked about size, pricing. It was all really fast. And I think I talked mostly to, is she a nurse? I think she's a nurse. I talked mostly to the nurse because he was just there for a little bit, answered my questions, took measurements, and then like the pricing part was like really stressful. I was like, fuck. Because it was expensive. It was around $8,000-ish. So the quote total was $8,288. It was $5,307 for procedure and product fees. So this is that total of $5,000 was from the cosmetic surgery and laser center, so they charged me that. Then adding the anesthesia fees, which was $1,050. Then adding the facility fees, which was $1,931. But I did get some discounts from my surgeon. I was able to provide $2,500 from my own savings, and I had to get a loan to cover the rest. So my insurance wasn't gonna cover it because I hadn't gotten help from like a chiropractor before. They said that I had to have at least 6 months of me trying to work it out, some other, like work my back pain out some other way. But at that point I was like, you know what, I'm here now, like fuck it, I'm just gonna do it now. It's really hard to get your breast reduction approved by your insurance because it's a cosmetic procedure. It's not, even though it is medical, like it was medical for me because of my back pain, it's also cosmetic, so they don't really like, they need proof. They need proof that you actually need it. So I set my surgery date for August 18th. I wanted between a B and a C as far as my size. I haven't measured yet, so I don't know my size right now, but he did tell me that it was going to be a breast reduction and a lift, and I was getting some lipo done right here. If you don't know this, a breast reduction always comes with a lift. Yeah, so he marked them the next day. It was really scary. I had to go by myself because of COVID. Theo couldn't be there. He just dropped me off. So I'm a little sleepy, but I don't really feel like sleeping. And dude, this IV fucking hurt. Like, honestly, the surgery does not scare me at all. I don't know if you can even hear me, but the IV was what I was dreading. Yeah, I'm just chilling here by myself because nobody was allowed in here because of coronavirus. I haven't really updated you all, but I'll talk to you all whenever I make the video. Okay, bye. I had drains. I also didn't mention this. 2 drains. I had 1 drain for maybe a week. She didn't drain a lot, so I got it removed. And then this one I didn't get removed till like 2 weeks after surgery, and it was really scary because the doctor said the boob was really swollen. It was more swollen than this one. So the day after, he was like, this boob is really swollen and it feels really hard, and I don't feel comfortable with that, and I might have to go back in and remove all the blood that's accumulating if it doesn't feel better. So he made me an appointment for Friday. So this was Wednesday when he told me this. He made me an appointment for Friday. The next 2 days I was really scared and anxious, and I was like, fuck, like if this doesn't go down. I was literally feeling my boob, like making sure like because it felt hard, so I was making sure that it didn't feel as hard. It seemed like it was draining a lot. It seemed like nothing was happening, and luckily that day, the Friday, he was like, oh no, everything looks good, it's starting to look better, it's starting to feel better. But I was still really scared. So we even named my drain. By we, I mean my best friend and I. Its name was Billy. So if you want to get a breast reduction and you're afraid of the drains, don't be. I was really afraid of how it would feel to have them taken out. I actually didn't really feel much with the drain. Sometimes I would feel a discomfort from the tightness of the bra, but most of the time it was just kind of like, oh, it's there. The only sucky part was that I couldn't really cuddle Diego because the drains were like the pipes or whatever the fuck they're called. They were long. Oh, and like I said, the pain when they take them out, it's literally brief. It's like for a couple seconds that you feel like the pain of them taking it out, but then it goes away. It doesn't stay, it doesn't linger. I do have the scars. Let me see. Oh, I don't think I can show you. Oh, yes, I can. That's the scar. Oh, my boob scar. That's the scar for my drain. This one was the one that was in the longest. And also the scars from my lipo. Right here. On my armpitties. Recovery has gone great. My stitches all dissolved. The glue all fell out. I'm starting to put on the scar cream that they gave me. He said I could wear sports bra. I don't have to wear the surgical bra all the time. That's what all I've been wearing even when I sleep. The pictures that I posted on my Instagram was me not wearing the sports bra, but I literally took those pictures in like 5 minutes and put my bra back on. When I hit the 6 weeks, I think that's when I can start like wearing other bras, and like I don't have to wear the bra all the time. I was actually cleared to work out last week. It takes around 6 weeks for your body to heal from the surgery. Obviously not heal completely, because that's gonna take, I think, a year or maybe even more for your body to get used to it. What I've noticed is I do get cramps like on my breasts. It's weird. I think it's the nerves and the muscles kind of like regenerating itself, or like attaching themselves back together, because they did cut through my breast tissue and remove that. I feel random cramps sometimes, and they do hurt, but they don't linger. They just hurt like it's not long cramps. Sometimes it's cramps where it's like I get one and I'm like, oh, and then like after I do that I get another one, and then I get another one, and then they're gone. So that's another thing to expect from a surgery. I did have more breast tissue than I had breast fat. He removed about 2 or more pounds off of my chest. It was about 1.3 pounds each, I think. Someone asked me if I was happy with the result and if I have less back pain, shape, symmetry, etc. So I am really happy with my results. They look symmetrical. Like I said, this one is a little more swollen, but I know it's gonna go down. Nipple shape is great. It's circular. They're both circular. They're not like a wonky shape, or at least I don't think. They do reshape your nipple. Some people, like the doctors, don't think you should keep your original nipple size because it's not gonna look proportional. So they do, some people do ask to keep their original nipple size, but for the most part they do resize your nipples. They resized mine. They are now proportionate to the size I have now. I didn't expect anything. I was just kind of going into it like blind. I was like, just do your thing, take like my big breasts out. I don't care what I'm left with. So I'm very happy. I'm very happy with how the clothes fit me. What else? Back pain. I do still experience back pain because I am trying to fix my posture. I'm trying to like sit and stand straight more than I used to be, so my back isn't used to that. But as far as like back pain because of the weight, it's gone. It's just more back pain because I'm trying to fix my posture. Somebody said, how them shoulder blades feeling now? Actually, dude, I used to get so much pain from wearing sports bras. I hated wearing sports bra because it would start hurting right my shoulders so much because of all the weight, and like I felt gross. I felt like I was like this all the time because like back here it was just always hurting, and now they don't hurt. And that's like I have PTSD with a white bra, sports bra that I have, because every time I would wear it, like my shoulders hurt so much, but now that I wear it, I just don't get that pain. So my shoulder blades feel great. Somebody said, how bad is nipple scarring and how does it affect the shape of the areola? So my scars on my breasts, there's obviously a scar down here. It goes up to like right here, and then they go up to the like down here. There's a little tiny line right here, and then the nipple, around the nipple. I know that all bodies scar differently, but my scarring is light. I think I was expecting it to be a darker red, but it's a very light pink on mine. And they're circular. The shape of the areola, like I said, is smaller now because that was their intention. Another question is, how was the healing process? Did it leave scars or did it take long to heal? So I think the healing process was like a month. And right now I don't have any glue, I don't have any stitching, everything's gone. And it's almost 6 weeks, so it just took 6 weeks for the incisions to heal. I do have scars, which is I think what you would expect from any surgery, honestly, and I'm not upset about it. I'm just kind of like, oh, also I'm 23 years old. I don't know if that matters. Somebody asked what made me want to get my surgery, and like I said, it was just self-esteem. I hated how I looked. I wasn't comfortable with myself. Two, was the unnecessary attention I always got, my back pain, my shoulder pain, working out. I couldn't really work out, and when I did, like since they were jumping all the time, like if I was running or something, all this area on my chest area would get really red, and it would like burn. I was in a point in my life where I don't go out because I don't like how I look in anything, and I don't want anybody to see me, and I just want to hide and hibernate. And I was getting really tired of feeling like that, and a lot of it was because I never felt comfortable with my own body. Now I'm just kind of like excited to wear new things and buy new things and just like finally feel like myself, I guess. What's the process of getting one, including insurance stuff? Well, like I mentioned in my video, it depends on your insurance. Like I said, my insurance wasn't going to cover it because I hadn't gone to like a chiropractor previously for 6 months, and so I don't know the whole like filing for the insurance to cover it process, because I didn't do that. But you go to your consultation, you pay what you have to pay, like the down payment, choose your surgery date, you go to your pre-op appointment, you go to your markings the day before, and yeah. My results after surgery, it was a little scary, like I said, at first because of all the swelling that was going on. I was really scared. As far as pain, I didn't really feel much pain. I did feel uncomfortable at some points at the beginning. I did have to take my pain medicine. I was taking tramadol and Tylenol, and but it wasn't really bad, like maybe a 3 out of 10. It wasn't bad at all. I would go through it 100% again. The drains didn't hurt. Nothing really hurt. Like I said, now I get random cramps. Sometimes laying down in a certain position hurt, but I think that had a lot to do with the lipo that I got. Somebody wants to know about nipple scarring and whether there are chances it'll get deformed. So like I said, I really just looked into the right surgeon, I think, and so I just went with the surgeon that I felt comfortable, like how he left the nipple scarring after, or the nipple size and the nipple shape. As far as scarring, there is that scar around my nipple. I hope I answered all of your questions, and if you do have more questions, just make sure you leave them down below, or you can follow me on my Instagram and ask me personally through DM. I'll try to answer. I try to answer all of the random questions that I get. But yeah, I'm very happy with my surgery. I'm very glad I got it. I feel, this is the part I haven't talked about, I feel seen. Like I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh my god, that's me. Like I finally feel like I'm proportionate, and I finally feel like I said, like you could see me. Before I felt like very uncomfortable, and like a lot of the attention was on this, and now I'm like, people are kind of forced to look at my face. For the most part, I'm like, there's nothing about me that is going to take away, or that I think that's going to take away the attention from me being an actual person. It's a really beautiful feeling. My camera died. Thank you so much for watching. If you stay till the end, in the description below I will leave the video of Lauren's risk reduction Q&A that gave me that extra push that I needed to finally go through with this, so that you guys can have other resources to watch. I will talk to you guys in my next video. Peace out, Girl Scouts.